5 seconds later, it comes back with an image. You push it, and like 20 minutes later, after you've forgotten what you were doing.
It's a time commitment. It's a commitment. It's like
It's
Sunday
crazy.
morning ham church. It's a commitment.
Got to be in it to win it. So
Good
so much
morning.
work. A 30-minute video takes about half a day to make.
Well, it's like YouTubing ain't easy. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Well, there's this phrase that they say, like, don't be afraid to throw out your babies. And it sounds really horrible. Like, don't be afraid to kill your babies. But like you spent a lot of time making this footage. And then like, I can't put that in the video at all because it doesn't, the story arc is ruined, or it's like completely off on a tangent and makes no sense whatsoever. Jim, do you need me to call 911?
Coffee went down the wrong hole. Ooh,
Hate it when that
okay.
happens.
Wow. Well, Tio and I were having a discussion with some visual aids that we were not going to share with you guys. Nothing personal.
Visual aids, not marital aids. We are not a couple,
not
despite what
marital aids.
AI thinks.
Right.
Despite the amount of time that we spend with each other every week. Is that a new 3D printer behind you?
It's my newest one. It's not new. It's
You're a junkie. You got an addiction problem, man. You need to seek counseling.
No, Boston Johnny needs counseling, but
yeah. He's got more radios than all of us combined. Even if he's in the chat, you add his own number back to his number, and it's still not enough.
Right. No, it's got filament jammed in the extruder. I got to pop it apart, and it's just easier to work on it here where I have light and a table and everything. So anyway, yeah. Woo. All right, what's going on, Steve? How are things? Are you in Arizona yet? Have you?
Yeah, I've been in Arizona for a while. We stopped. I mean, I'm in Benson now, which is going to be the
what
HQ.
I was asking. Yeah.
But before that, I was in Black Canyon City, and I don't know if I went straight from Moab to Black Canyon City or not. Maybe there was a stop in between. I don't remember. It's all a blur.
Right. The mobile lifestyle.
Yeah. But got a new camera, playing with new lights.
Okay. It's a fisheye lens. It's a wide angle.
Yeah, it is.
Makes you look not completely skinny.
Yeah, and then it has face smart lock. The camera will automatically zoom to lock on a face, and then it moves. So if I move back, it'll zoom in. It's supposed to zoom in. It hasn't woken up yet. Wake up. It's okay. You're allowed to do things now.
I'm afraid to make hand gestures because my camera will do weird things.
Yeah, you can see under my table behind me.
Right.
Now it's deciding to not cooperate.
That's how they do. That's how they do.
And this is an action camera, so it does have the wide fish angle lens on purpose.
Right.
I can actually pick it up and move it.
Yeah, Covain said it looks like you're recording a skateboarding video. There you go.
Yeah. For some reason, it's decided not to do the smart lock anymore. Now, I turned it off, so we didn't have anything to talk about. Oh, you have upset the Johnny.
Oh, that's today. Tomorrow is another day.
Yeah.
John, thank you for the 1999 super chat.
It's a 24-hour timeout. You're in the sin bin, Jim.
I'm in the sin bin. I can absolve myself. Amen. I'm absolved.
Well, it is church. I mean, that's how religion. Never mind.
Right. Let's.
Don't need to offend 90% of the people out there.
Right. Hey, Renee. Good morning. How are you? Renee just clashed this place up by like 6 dB.
That focus is great though. It's not even like you're not seeing it adjust. It's just done.
It is very sharp.
And this is only 1080p. It's an 8K camera though. It's kind of.
I wonder what the f-stop is on that thing. Does it tell you?
It probably does, but I'm not smart enough to understand what it's saying. Yeah, and I can't get into it live. Yeah, we can look up the specs. It's a Insta360 Ace Pro 2 because apparently Ace wasn't high level enough. Pro wasn't high level enough, so they had to add the 2 to it.
The Ace Pro 2. That sounds fancy.
And it's a 1 1/3 lens because they don't even you think imperial and metric is bad. Camera lenses are an entirely different measurement standard. That's not inches, even though it does have the inch mark at the end. And you say inches, it's not inches.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no. Aperture size is not in numbers. Well, it's in numbers, but it's not centimeters or millimeters. Right. It's a different thing. Yeah.
It's 1/1/3 inch, not inch aperture.
Right. Good morning, Darren Archer from Down Under. Doc Brad. Doc Brad is enjoying ham church and Carlos coffee. It's awesome.
Oh, nice.
I somehow let him get away from Huntsville without acquiring any coffee. Because I told him I wanted some, and he's like, if we need to go do it now. And I'm like, I got to do this thing. And then it never happened, and he probably sold it all out. And he was probably selling it like out of the back of the car, right? Hey, want some coffee? I've had Carlos's coffee. It is awesome. Yeah. This is, we subscribe to Atlas Coffee Club. And so every month I get like a 6-ounce bag of some kind of coffee. And so far they haven't ever steered me wrong. This is Indian, I believe, or Guatemalan. I can't remember which.
Are we going to talk about the Chiron down below? Or are we just going to leave it up for the whole show?
No, we can make it go away. This is not Coffee and Ham Radios.
Some people get this confused. There's only 2 of us on the screen, not 4.
Right.
And it's Sunday morning, not Thursday night.
Right. It is, some of us may be on both shows. Some of us are not.
Right.
This is not that show. Nothing wrong with that show. Just this.
The artist formerly on Coffee and Ham Radios.
That's right. You need a symbol now.
Yeah.
You need a symbol. All right, we can turn that off for now because it is distracting to the people. We have a bunch of member milestone super chats popping up.
I don't know why that. Now it's bugging me that it's not on. But at least I'm not getting angry with it.
I get angry. It makes me angry. You wouldn't like me if I'm angry. Chavez has been a member for 6 months, and he is back for more. And he's apparently not on the road this morning and can attend services. So that's awesome. Now we
still here. I'm just messing with it because we do things live.
Right. Dave, Frequency Frontiers. David, good morning. Use it before you lose it. How are you, buddy?
That is correct.
Aloysius.
Oh, geez. 4K
member for 6 months. Lasted the month. Aloysius, I need you to work on a better message. I mean, you and Dave both, that's just kind of phoning it in a little bit. Something snarky and
they just clicked the button. Clever. Oh, this is even better. I reconnected the camera, and that's what you get.
Ed, same with you. You're phoning it in. But thank you for being a member. And all of you guys, thank you for being members. Let's see, we still got more. Jody, my favorite Canadian.
Okay, I got to refresh. I'm going to disappear for a second for real.
Has been a member for 6 months. Jody, thank you. Morning pie be with you. I don't really understand that, but let's see. And then Nate has been a member for 2 months. Nate, thank you. Christopher Schulte has been a member for 5 months. Thank you.
There we go.
Lee said, car barely has 2 these days between Chuck's Camping and Apes PO.
Quality just went downhill, man.
Let's see. Boy, they're rolling in. David, KD9WTA, has been a member for a month. David, good morning to you. Timmy became a member. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it, buddy. Tim. We would dance, but neither one of us can dance, and it's early and it's Sunday.
Oh, Tim Horton is now multinational, Jeff. You can get Timmy's in America.
Kelly has been a member for 3 months. Kelly, thank you. Ken Lewis has been a member for 4 months. Good morning, Brother Ken. Dave has been a member for a month. When does his probationary period end? Next month.
Maybe.
It depends. James, thanks for showing up. We'll see you, buddy. Let's see. And I think that is all the super chats. Because he had other stuff to do that day.
I did. But obviously we're still friends because, Jim and I are still here on Ham Church. And didn't Ham Church start before the exit? Before the schism?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it did. Like maybe a week or two.
Yeah. And we're still on Ham Nuggets, which actually Ham Nuggets started before Coffee and Ham Radios did.
Oh, yeah.
Which is also, Ham Nuggets is also not Coffee and Ham Radios.
Right. So Steve has a lot of stuff to do, and I mean, Steve can tell you. He's sitting right there.
You've seen it.
Yeah. The man stays busy all the time. Nobody's pissed at anybody. Just moving on. Just because you quit a job doesn't mean you hate everybody. Sometimes it does.
Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time
and by the way, I'm gonna start this trend. Don't tell your boss that you quit. Tell your boss that he's fired. You are firing your boss when you quit a job.
I'm glad I was not drinking coffee when he posted that.
Right.
Is that what we're calling when T.O. left Coffee and Ham Radio?
The rapture, yeah. I ascended.
He ascended. He was taken up. Ascension has a different meaning. Let's see. No, there is no schism, Tim.
All good.
Nuggets is lager and ham radios. Okay.
I don't need to know that, Aloysius.
Aloysius, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Appreciate it. Maybe a little too much info there. Ooh, okay. Anyway, we have a lot of stuff I want to kind of talk about today.
You mentioned that, yeah. You said the thing was full. I'm trying to let it be a surprise to me too.
Oh, you haven't looked at any?
I looked at the list to see that there was one, and then I moved on.
Because you were like, oh my God, Jim put a list together.
Yeah, only one shock at a time.
Right. QSL cards. If I talked to you on my parachute mobile jump in Huntsville 6 weeks ago, the QSL cards should be in the mail. If they're not already, they're for sure going out tomorrow. I had Mike and Becky have a QSL card thing they do, and I went through their service. And if I had been thinking, I would have posted that link in the description below. I cannot remember the link off the top of my head. However, I will post it after the show. Their QSL card service is kind of neat. You may like it, you may not. I am not a QSL card guy. The only reason I'm doing them is because I did the parachute jump. However, I don't want to buy 50 or 100 or 500 cards that I'm never going to send out.
Right.
Mostly because I'm way too lazy to write things on them that's clever and personalized for everybody. So, and lazy. And so with their service, you upload whatever your artwork is for the front, and then the back side is basically name, address, phone number, signal report stuff, the standard format, and they mail it for you. They print it, they mail it, I ain't got to do it. Lazy people love things like that. So it's basically $2 a QSO card. So if you're, sending out QSOs for your kilo, that may not be something you want to do. But for my 15, 18, 20 contacts I made on Parachute Mobile, well worth it. So all I had to basically do was key in. Go ahead.
Ken's asking if there's going to be a PowerPoint deck today with all of the show notes that you've made up. This is a PowerPoint free zone. I think that I can go on record as saying this, and this will hold true forever, like Moore's law. Whether like into the future, long after I die, there will never be a PowerPoint slideshow on this show ever.
Correctamundo. And we have some comments we need to address in the chat before I
go for it.
Before we digress away from them. So, Doc Brad, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Click show up comment.
I wasn't. No,
it was me. My mouse was off. Thank you for the super chat. The ham body groomer. Oh boy, the nugget cleaner.
Well, Good Game did a video of a waterproof radio in a shower. That was too much.
Yeah.
Too much for ham.
Oh boy. Luke, good morning, buddy. Radio. How are you? Let's see. What else we got? Oh, yeah, here's the one. PRK radio. Yes, I am. Entirely more lazy than cheap. TO is cheap, but not really lazy. I'm lazy and not cheap. Morning, Brother Bill. How are you? Jody dropped a 556 super chat. That's right, nice. A slow B or a suck cut. Is that the one from Saturday Night Live, the suck cut, I think?
It would have to be. Nobody would make a product with that name.
Called suck cut.
Yeah, like the Super Bassomatic 76.
Right. Tim, there will be no slides. This is a slide-free zone.
One slide is too much effort.
That's right. And go back to lazy. I hate slides.
You could wash yourself. I like this, Jeff. You could wash yourself with the scent of unwashed.
Of old people and sandals. Yeah.
Oh man. I have this thing against the smell of lavender because to me it smells like old ladies. And my wife's like, I love the smell of lavender. I'm like, great. Clean somebody else's bathroom with that. That's right. Where that belongs.
Anyway, let's see.
It is not perfume.
Right. So anyway, QSL cards are going out I will find the link to Mike and Becky's service. You may be interested in it. I thought it was great. For me, it was a perfect fit. You put some cash on account, and it's basically $2 per QSO card.
Well, that's a great idea.
Yeah, and then I don't have to take them to the post office. I don't have to stick them in envelopes. I don't have to do nothing. Cards are gone. So I think that is the way to go for me, certainly. And the next time I do QSL cards will probably be next year when I jump out of an airplane with Carlos again. I like that, Dave. The Bow Fuzz Buster is currently. That's good.
So I have an anecdote that I
Dave.
learned in New Mexico from my friend Brad, N6GR. Baofeng, when translated to American, means transmit. And if you guys know about Baofangs, they transmit on all frequencies simultaneously. So
yeah,
they don't actually, and they haven't for at least a decade now. Transmitted on all frequencies at once.
I don't think. I might have had one of the original ones. I had the F8 HP, the taller, high power one.
Yeah.
And I think it was a stinker, but I traded it to somebody for some other crap that I've probably thrown away since then. So, but I'm like the UV6.
Yeah.
Is fine. I haven't. The last radio I had that was a real turd was that Abri radio, which was a flaming turd.
Yeah, but let everybody know where you are by lighting up all frequencies at once.
I mean, it transmitted on 4 frequencies at the same time.
Yeah, radio direction finding.
Speaking of frequencies, I want to throw out a quick shout out to our Aussie brother Hayden, who dropped a really cool video this morning about a filter kit, a filter that he made, and he walks through how it does the thing and unbowfangs your bowfang.
Yeah.
Now he did. Your camera just zoomed out.
I'm glad you had. I zoomed out.
I'm glad you had pants on, son.
I'm double pants today, just for you.
So I thought that was pretty cool, little gadget. So you should go check out Hayden's video. Ham Radio DX is his YouTube channel, and he's pretty smart and adds 3 dB because of the cool accent.
I wonder who he got that idea from.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can bring it up in the chat and prove it. So
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I vaguely remember that if I think back.
So this is funny. The new mini Baofeng has failed the test by Ape, and I tested mine yesterday, and it passed. So they don't like him. They want him to fail.
I power watched Ape's video.
Actually, I can bring up the chart right now because it's still sitting in my editing bin.
Now, I will point out one thing. I know I watched Ape's video, and I didn't see anything on it. I was also doing FT8 and 3D printing at the same time.
Poof. Look at that. Passed.
Where's the 16? Yeah, you're under the line.
Yeah, that blue line. Yeah. And so you read from the bottom of the chevron, the point. The point is where the signal is. And then the number 2 is so you can read it. And so there's I'm doing it on the wrong window. So there is your measurement point well below, and there's the top of the 2. So there's still a lot of room in there. And then let me see if I can do this. I got to switch. I got to unshare and reshare.
All right. John sent me the link for...
That was high power, and that's low power. And there is a difference. I'm not saying that it's difference in dB and signal power. There's a difference in the way the filters operate because you either saturate the filter or you don't saturate the filter, and it's not effective enough. So you actually do have to measure it twice if you wanted to get a real number.
Now, is this the optimal way to do it?
Define optimal. What are we talking about?
Well, when you do a filter, you're putting a filter between your radio and your antenna. So
no, I mean the filter in the radio.
Oh, yeah.
The radio's internal filter, it needs to cover both high power and low power. And I do have a demonstration in a previous Baofeng video where high was clean and low was dirty. And I was like, what the hell is this? This is weird.
I remember that.
Yeah, it wasn't saturating the filter. So yeah, mine's clean, and it is tiny. It's actually a good size because it's thick. It's got that girth, but it's still tiny, so it fits the hand really well.
Let me plus you up. Hold that up to the camera. So that looks kind of like they've upgraded the case and the UI on that thing a good bit too.
Yeah.
Oh, that screen is nice looking.
The screen is really nice. It is almost impossible to see outside, and I think that was the slowest timeout setting on the menu. So it's a little fast. I mean, it's got some bugs, but I mean, all radios are firmware updatable now anyway, and it is smaller in this direction, side to side, but
Uh-huh.
bigger in this direction than the regular UV5R.
Huh. And it's I think it's about $35, 25 or $35.
This was a 2-pack, and I didn't even know it was a 2-pack when I went to do the video. So there's kind of that. I can't show you my reaction to how cool the video is, how cool the radio is authentically if I've already played with it for 3 days ahead of time. I can only tell you what happened in the past, so I
Right.
try to be authentic on camera. And like there was 2 of them in the box, and first off, it was a small enough box that I couldn't believe they shoved 2 of them in there. But mine was below $50. I want to say like $47.95 or $49.95 for 2. So yeah, like $25 each.
25.
Yeah,
2-pack is awesome.
They're clean.
Was
they
awesome.
Work, they do the thing. And let me get you a link because that's the kind of ham I am.
Link us up, buddy.
And that's from my friends over at Radioddity.
They didn't offer to send me one.
You can't just sit there and wait for the most gorgeous woman in the world to fall in your lap. You got to reach out and
I need to nag her more often. Well, I've asked for the DB50, which I still don't have because she doesn't have any to send yet. They're for sale on the store, and I'm like, I'm this close to just buying the damn thing because I actually want to play with it.
The DB50B or the DB?
No, the DB50.
Okay, because that's I guess most of them are Anytone knockoffs or Vero knockoffs or something.
Yeah. Not the B, not the unreleased one that we've been playing with.
The B is Bluetooth, and that's the Vero VR N7600 knockoff, clone, sister, cousin. Maybe the same thing depending on what state you're from.
I think it's the same radio.
It's the exact same radio, yeah. And then there is the DB50, which is an Anytone dual bander, analog.
Yeah. No, I want the straight up DB50 because it's got the detachable head, right? And it's dual band. The mic connection is in the head, so you can put the whole damn thing under the seat and just run one cable up to the head, and then you've got your radio. So if you know what a Kenwood D710 looks like, it's that kind of arrangement, except the mic is in the head, or like a FTM 500 for something that's way newer. The mic is in the head. There's one cable that runs to the head. Mic is in the head. So, yeah, and Jody said they're only radio cousins if they can directly transfer their programming to each other. That sounds vaguely dirty.
They can. So John is saying you can get them for $25 on Alley. How's that support working out for you when something goes sideways?
See, I will buy stuff on Alley
with throwaway money.
And $25 for a radio is throwaway money.
I mean, you play with house money on AliExpress.
Yeah, and if it works, great, and if it doesn't, oh well. Anything expensive, though, is coming from Amazon, so I can send it back.
I remember people crying when they bought the Zygu 6100 on AliExpress and got no support from it. And it's not an AliExpress. AliExpress is a marketplace. It's the vendor that is selling on AliExpress that was the problem. I was trying to get a quote. There's a 25-foot whip for sale on AliExpress, and I'm like, how much is it? Because it's, they give you the price per 500. I'm like, do I have to order 500? And, what happens if I order more than 500? What kind of discount do I get? This kind of thing. Because a 25-foot whip with a 4-to-1 at the bottom is a Rybakoff. And it's a Rybakoff without a mast or a tree or anything else. It's kind of a self-contained Rybakoff. And I really like that idea. And I was thinking about, like, how can I make this work? But after talking to 3 different vendors on Ali and getting 27 different back and forth conversations, I still don't have an answer as to what the price is per unit and how many units you buy and what the discount breaks are. Because I don't want 500 of them. What am I going to do with 500 antennas?
Right. Let's see. Speaking of antennas, I need to set up Nightbot again. So we gave away the Gozizu last week.
Yeah.
Guzizu, I think. Guzizu, the 80-to-10 NFED. And Covain won that. Well, Covain got a hold of me, and he wanted to reham it because he is transitionally radioed at the moment, and he has plenty of antennas and did not need another one. So we are going to do that in a little while. I wish we had a giveaway tool you could drive, because I got to stop.
Yeah, you got to do it all by yourself.
Yeah. All right, moving on. So a big
And
thing
so
that is, go ahead.
this camera is not physically moving. My old camera would physically move, and this camera, it's all done in software inside of the camera. That's
So
weird.
there is a bill that the ARRL is trying to get pushed through Congress, the HOA bill. Now, full disclosure, I do not now and have never lived in an HOA
There we go.
and would not ever live in
Too
an
far.
HOA. But if you do, or if you care and want to help out those poor bastards who are stuck in an HOA because their wife won't let them move, this article, and this is on QRZ, and this links to the letter campaign. But what this is to get amateur radio operators basically the same rights as TV antennas and cell towers and Wi-Fi and all the
Satellite
other
dishes,
antennas,
yeah.
satellite dishes, that by law have to be allowed on or around residences. And the FCC cracked down on this in the mid-90s, 96, said you can't block antennas. It just is what it is, right? So amateur radio operators do not have that same thing. Also, federal law has guaranteed the right of every American to display an American flag by putting a flagpole in your yard. Yet HOA Karens do not want any antennas that look like a flagpole. Now, how they would know, I have no idea, because Karens.
Right, that's the thing I don't understand is how they
Are you
know.
going to tell Karen it's a flagpole? So suck it, Karen. I mean, I don't think you'd be that stupid, but anyway. So they are working on that, and that's what that is called is a private land use restriction. And we actually have a bill, HR 1094 and Senate 459. So we need to let your representatives and your senators know of our interest in this. This is the link here, send-a-letter.org/HOA to notify. Can I copy that link from here? Yes, I can.
Where's Frank when you need him?
Right? Let me paste that. I don't know if we need to moderate some. We need to add some moderators in here. Like
Yeah, and you got to
Jody.
go to the YouTube live stream
Yeah,
control panel during the live stream to do it. It's not easy to do.
I need to add Jody and
So the deal here is that they're gonna pre-write these letters and mail them to oh no, they make them available for printing, I think it is.
either way.
For your constituent. And when the lobbyist goes in to talk to the delegate, the representative, the congressman, the senator, whatever, they bring this stack in with them and they go, look, boom, and they drop 5,000 letters on the table and they say these people care.
So this is the information, and you just look for this those bills. And there's
no
another
reason. Yeah. So Tim and PRK are talking about this. Tim says his hex beam is a TV antenna. Prove me wrong. Yeah, plug it into your TV, light it up, and then plug it into your radio and light it up also.
Yeah.
I should try that argument. Yeah, do it. I mean, like, what's the worst that can happen? You have a multi-element Yagi on your roof that is tuned for the 6 meter band, which is, US TV.
And even if you're not in an HOA, I'm probably going to go to the form and fill it out. Yeah. You can use their form letter. You can contact your own Congress Critter's office directly yourself. I would say try not to spit into the phone mic too much when you talk to them, because they would pay more attention to you if they don't hear drool hitting the telephone. But
I have not had good luck doing it myself. That's why we need lobbying organizations.
Have your arguments together. Think about what you're going to say before you say it. Don't just call and wing it, like this show is. Think about exactly what you want to say, the points you want to make. You live in an HOA. I would say that if you live in an HOA, your phone call will probably have a little more credence than I live out in the county. I can hang up, whatever I want kind of thing, but call them anyway. It doesn't hurt. And it's like T.O.'s talking about, the more people that call and annoy them, the more they will understand that this is a thing that's important. And honestly, it's complete crap that ham antennas are verboten when you can put up satellite dishes and Wi-Fi repeaters and TV antennas and everything else. So I would never live in an HOA. When it looked like we were going to move to Ohio and I was working with a real estate agent up in Cincinnati, she was asking, questions. And I said, rule number one, I want cable internet and I want no HOA. Right. So if those two conditions cannot be met, move on. I don't even want to look at it.
Overreaches for real. There are stories that I have seen from reliable people who were the victims of this, where like they don't live in the HOA, they live next to it, and the HOA is trying to enforce their HOA rules on the non-HOA property.
That's crazy pants.
And then they get sued and lose. The HOA loses, and they do it again anyway.
Yeah, well, Karens. And I've read a story or two, and this has been several years ago I read this. So apparently, in some HOAs, if you don't follow the HOA rules, they legally can foreclose your house and take your property from you because you did not follow Karen's rules and cut the grass to the correct height.
This is why I live in an RV. I don't have HOAs and I don't have bad neighbors because I just leave.
Yeah. Well, and I live in the country. I have a clear field of fire all around me. So no problems here.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wrote
power lines and cows. That's my only problems.
I wrote my congressman, and their response was, "What you're asking us to do is to, at state level, is to defy federal law." And I'm like, "What about the pot dispensary down the street? You're defying federal law there, but you can't defy this federal law that's clearly being abused."
Yeah.
I don't want to get into details what it is because it'll trigger some people.
Right. And there's a lot of good information floating in the chat here. I'm not going to go through and read all that but Aline, I'm not a lawyer. I just have watched every episode of Law and Order. So take this for what it's worth. Anyway, so
next up.
Thank God I don't live in an HOA.
Right.
Can you
thank your wife?
Can you share a link? Can you bring up Ham Radio Prep?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I don't know your monitor camera situation is what I meant.
Yeah, I can share a link. I just need to know what link you would like shared.
Ham Radio Prep. I'm going to go bring up...
Share a link to my channel. I'll share a link to my store, temporarylyoffline.com.
Oh, that guy. I'm going to set up the Nightbot thing.
Ham Radio Prep. Do you have your affiliate code set up for Ham Radio Prep?
FEP Labs is the code. So
there we go.
Talk about it. I can't do it while I'm clicking this thing.
These are the Ham Radio Prep. First off, Ham Radio Prep does a lot of different things. They also do World Radio League, which is a online logging software. I think they've got a contest thing, which may be different than World Radio League, but may not be different than World Radio League. And it's made by hams that actually use the software, and hams that actually pay attention to what they're doing. And it's a modern website, which is kind of interesting. But Ham Radio Prep is a good way for you to get your license if you don't have one, or to upgrade your license if you already have a lower level and want a higher level. And they have video classes, and they have answers to the questions, so you can take practice tests, and their practice tests have some kind of heuristics about them. So when they know that you've got the question right, they stop bugging you with that one and start hitting you harder with ones that they know you don't have right. So there's a little free lesson here that you can sign up for. And I think this guy is, this is Jim. This is another Jim. And for BFR, and I don't know if audio is going to come through. That'll be interesting. And Jim has been, this Jim, and also that Jim, has been on the other News Talk Hour Ham Radio variety show platform before that we won't mention.
Because this ain't that.
Yeah, this ain't that. And then, here's some of the lesson stuff, and it's got graphics, and it was a website that was designed this year. And I'm not knocking on hamstudy.org, by the way. I'm knocking on all the websites that aren't as good as hamstudy.org or as good as Ham Radio Prep. But this is a different thing than what Ham Study is. This is actually like a classroom type lesson, where Ham Study is more of a DIY, do-it-yourself kind of thing. And yes, I said that short and long.
I liked it because, and I'm going to be working on a video later today to go into very much in depth on this. But first of all, James is a really good guy. He spoke at FDIA.
Yep.
and talked about World Radio League, which I'm a huge fan of. And I know Boston Johnny is a fan of World Radio League. I believe the code will work on both, as a matter of fact. I'm not 100% sure about that. The thing I get from James Cribbs, and I hope I remembered his last name,
Yes.
James really, really cares about keeping this thing fresh and current and working and updating. He will answer an email really quick most of the time. Absolutely. Unlike support from major radio companies based in Austin, Texas, which can take a week to answer a tech support question, when they put you off with another bullshit thing that will take another week to get an answer back. So I think that he's very responsive. And when you look at the interface on it, I think it's a good product. And, you know, you get what you pay for. Free is worth what you pay for it too. So it just depends on your viewpoint on that.
If it's free, you are the product.
Yeah, you are. I mean, I've already seen some people post comments when we've mentioned ham radio prep, or I've mentioned it, and they're like, "Well, ham study's free." Yes, it is. Feel free to use it.
It's good stuff. I like Richard.
It may or may not work for you. You may like ham radio prep better. Since I've started playing with it, and full disclosure, James gave me an account. I'm already an extra, so it's not like it's going to do me any good at this point.
Really hard to talk about how well a program works if you haven't used the program.
Right. But in the limited use I've done with it, which was Friday at work for about 20 minutes, I already see a whole lot of stuff in there that I really like and I think are a good value for.
Jim's all over there. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I ham on company time.
That's right. That's right. I mean,
See
I'm
what I
like
did there?
I'm the Maytag guy. I'm the Maytag guy. If I've done my job right, I ain't got nothing to do anyway.
That's the thing about DevOps and sysadmins and things. If you were doing your job right, 100% of the time,
got a lot of free time.
Completely and totally invisible to upper management.
Yep.
If you screw up all the time and need to fix your screw ups, they know you on a first name basis and they've got you on speed dial. And for some reason, they don't fire you if they know you on a first name basis, but they do fire you if you're invisible. And if you're invisible, you've done your job 100% properly.
Right. That's right. The only time my boss comes to me is when he can't figure out how to work his iPhone. And, I mean,
which is not Jim's job.
Oh, no.
So
yeah,
Jim does his job right.
I'm the special assistant to whatever weird problem he comes up with today. The elevator quit working. The service elevator quit working the other day. People were telling me about it. Does it say Otis Elevator Company on my shirt? Is my name on my shirt? No.
You think I get paid Otis money? You fool.
I don't get paid elevator guy. So anyway, you know, Gray Man, I work for the executive director, the capo di tutti capi of our company. And I frankly should have
retired 20 years ago.
Who should have retired 20 years ago? Probably got more money than God. I wish he didn't know my name. Anyway, moving on. So I've posted it, and I see several of you have been typing it in. We are once again going to give away the Guzizu 8010 NFED half wave. I did a video on this 3 weeks ago. I think it's well put together. I mean, the toroid is fastened in the box with double-sided tape, okay? Not string, like some other ones were.
We had this debate the other week.
We had that debate last week. So
neither of them are bad solutions.
It is what it is. Maybe Lowe's was closed when they were making it.
Yeah, the melting point of a zip tie, the melting point of twine, and the melting point of 3M VHB tape. All below the melting point of your radio's finals.
Yeah, pretty much.
Above.
Yeah, we knew what you meant.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a great antenna. And for the price you guys will be paying for this antenna, you should think it's a great antenna.
You ain't even paying shipping. I mean, give this man a super chat for chipping in the free shipping.
Right. I mean, I never asked you guys to pay shipping. Now, U.S., I will eat the shipping. Australia, I love you. Darren, Jody, Canada. Overseas, out-of-country shipping is another story. We'll have to work out a deal because that gets expensive.
So Ken's got this comment, and this isn't a dig on Ken or on Tim. There are people who are happy being the technician, and there are people who are happy being the manager. And those two personality types are not the same personality type. They're almost diametrically opposed.
Yeah.
The technician does his job well in silence in a dark room in the back corner of an abandoned warehouse on the dark side of town. The manager does his job
Exactly
in
right.
meetings, on Zoom, on the telephone, on the golf course, in person, at lunch, because his job, the manager's job, is to talk, and the technician's job is to technician, and it's hard to be
Exactly.
both of them. So there's this saying called the Peter principle. Well, it's not a saying; it's a Peter principle. You rise to your
Yep.
highest level of incompetence, which is
Exactly.
also true. You also rise to your highest level of competence as well. If you're the kind of person that wants to own $1 million house, go buy one. You will do what it takes to keep that thing that you wanted so badly. And if you're like me and want a sub $30,000 house, here I am. And I'm not bragging. I'm just, perspective.
Hamstick, exactly. Now, I work for a small company, about 170 people. So it's not I have a minion at this point, but I've worked for
Yeah.
very large organizations and had many minions. I would rather jiggle wires and screw with network switches and stuff than track problem tickets.
Every good technician needs a good middle manager between them and upper management. So your middle manager tells upper management, we're working on the problem. It'll be ready in half an hour. He has no clue how long half an hour is, but it'll be ready in half an hour. Half an hour later, the middle manager goes back and says, we're going to need another half an hour. In the meantime, he's running interference so you can do your job, and he's keeping them away from you. I've been in the business a long time.
Right.
I've been at all levels of technician, management, tinkerer, executive,
Yep.
everything.
Oh, me too. From the military days through civilian. I mean, I've been out of the military for 35 years. Wow.
The wheels are my insulation from ground, because ground in a radio station is horrible.
Right. Let's see
Where
how
the
many
rubber meets
people
the
we
road.
got queued up here. We'll let that run a little while longer.
The code. The
all
code
right.
for the free antenna.
Go Zizu to you. It's actually Goozizu, but I was too lazy to retype the code into Goozizu, so I did warn you guys.
Yeah. Jay is the middle manager, I believe, is what he's saying, because I was talking about running interference in both directions.
Right.
Excellent. And that means he's good at his job, because he knew exactly that I was talking about him.
So in other news, Flex Radio is starting a subscription service. And I just found out about this from Boston Johnny yesterday. And
This is the point where Gray Man POTA tunes out.
I went and Googled this, and I was shocked. I will be shocked. Let me share that screen out.
Tim, I will tell you when this part of the show is over by a direct message so you can come back.
Exciting news. A smarter smart SDR licensing model. Now, technician, engineer type. I already smell marketing speak there. We're going to raise prices on something. That's why it's an exciting news, and it's better, because we're going to cost more. I'm not sure how I feel about this whole thing yet. So apparently, Flex Radio has versions of software that work with versions of radios. Anything current in the 6000 series and up, the current software is Smart SDR 3.x. And I'm talking about the Windows version only. The Mac version is made and sold completely separate from Flex Radio. The software is fine, and they have not had a major version upgrade since I have had a Flex Radio. They've said when I got the radio, the original used one I bought, and then when I upgraded to a new one, that any major version upgrade, there's a fee, you pay it, you're done, you got that version until they come out with the next major version upgrade. But you also get any updates, patches, fixes, changes, better things, new and improved bugs with that license you have. So when I bought a 6600, I downloaded Smart SDR 3.x, and I get all the versions of 3.x forever and ever without having to do anything. This kind of changes that. So what I'm reading here is they will let you upgrade to the 4.x software for free, and you can do that and rock on. And your radio will not stop working. But if you want to get new features, you have to pay a $199 a year maintenance fee, or $299 a year. So, and if you pay $299 a year, exactly right, Eric, you get to be a beta tester for Flex. And they will take your feedback about new feature suggestions and bug fixes. Now, that part kind of chapped my ass a little bit, that they even said that. So if you pay $300 a year, you care about my bug reports and my feature suggestions. But if I'm not paying $300 a year, you don't care? Seems to me that it sends a terrible message.
It does, yeah.
Being in the corporate world forever, we have to pay annual maintenance on our firewalls and our network switches and all that kind of stuff. And basically what I'm paying is the company so I can call them on the phone and I can get version upgrades for our network gear, for example. That's called a maintenance fee. And even software charges a maintenance fee. So that seems to be, to me, what that is. I don't think $199 a year is terrible.
Yeah.
$299 to be a beta tester is no, just no. Mm-mm.
Well, so I'm going to take the devil's advocate approach to this because why not? You know, we're a talk show, so we got to talk stuff. We got to bring stuff up.
Oh yeah.
When the product is made, when you buy the physical, tangible radio product in your hands, that's the last time you've sent money to Flex. And then you're still expecting them to do software updates over and over and over again for the lifetime of the product. And I get a lot of messages from people where they're kind of upset that, you know, this company hasn't made a firmware update in the last 6 months. And I'm like, great, you haven't made a radio purchase from them in the last 2 years, you know?
Right.
So they're trying to take care of Marcus' paycheck and keep him, you know, happy and well fed and take care of his family, but they ain't getting any more income out of it. They have to sell another radio, which means selling it to somebody else other than you because you already have one. So that's where this comes in. I mean, you're funding the further development of the software because you're getting you're getting something you're paying for, you know.
And Jonathan makes a very good point here. And it says all this, and I've posted the link to this article for any of you who have Flex. If you don't have Flex, just tune out. And if you do have Flex, whatever. But you don't have to pay annually if you can just ignore paying the fee. And then if a feature comes out that you want, you pay the fee, you get all the features that are in up to the point you paid the fee and while that fee is in force. And from what I'm reading, if I pay the fee, let's say in 2026, I drop $199 to get all the cool stuff. And then I decide in 2027 I can't afford $200 a year, so I don't pay it. I don't get any new features, but everything that came out in 2026, I still have all the features that were available during my fee year, my licensing window. So it's not exactly an annual licensing thing. And I want to make that point because I use Adobe software for video stuff. I have to pay them every month. Now it's only $10, but I'm paying that fee every month. If I quit paying the $10 fee, I can't edit videos. I don't have access to their graphic stuff and my video editor. So that's a different kind of thing. This is more like an annual maintenance upgrade fee. And honestly, $200 a year is not that expensive. My really only complaint with this is them saying the words, you know, that if you pay $300 a year, we'll talk to you more, as opposed to you cheap bastards who only pay $200. That's my only real complaint with this thing. And T.O. makes very valid arguments, and I absolutely understand that. If you've ever worked in tech support in your life, ever, for every one call where you can help someone, there are 10 calls with knuckleheads who should not be around powered electrical equipment.
It is 2025. You should be able to attach a file to an email without any type of help whatsoever at this point. If you can't, then, you know, maybe you should have some friends.
Right. Well, you know, get your sister's kid to come over and help you. Yeah. Something like that.
So we got a comment from Troy here, and Troy hit the nail on the head. This is why I do not like Cisco gear. So if you don't pay your subscription for the Cisco Mirakai gear, the gear that you physically have installed, that you have paid good money for this physical thing in your hand, shuts off. And Cisco did that before. Like if I bought, I mean, this is way back in like the early 2000s. If I bought a Cisco 2600 switch and it came with I'm going to make up a number, it came with a 3-year warranty, and I sold it on year 1 with 2 years left in the warranty. When you bought it from me, it was off. You did not get any warranty support for it, even though the device itself was physically still under warranty, and you didn't get any software updates unless you paid them to recertify the device that it's a physical piece of hardware.
Yeah.
So
And-
I'm not a big fan of Cisco.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of Cisco either. No, we do not use Meraki or Meraki. I say Meraki, whatever.
I
Redivus
just made it up.
Retivus.
I'm wrong.
You may be right. I have no idea. We don't use it. Yeah, my understanding is it turns off. Now, like, we use Fortinet products. And if I don't pay Fortinet, okay, I just can't
still
log in and get
Fortinets,
new
yeah.
firmware. It still passes packets and does firewalling and all the stuff.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I understand that. And again, I think Flex has got a valid point here. Now, I will say, Flex, Mike, I hope you're listening to me. I love you, Mike, like a brother. Please let me select the audio interface for Smart SDR, for crying out loud. I can do it on the Mac version.
And lock it. Yeah.
And lock it. Quit picking the default interface. That's my only choice to use for an audio interface on Smart SDR on Windows. For Christ's sake, it's 2025. Fix that shit. Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Tiberium is correct. Now, if you want to talk about the worst way to do this, I'm gonna point the finger squarely at BMW. You get a car that has heated seats in it. You don't get to use the heated seats unless you pay the heated seat subscription fee. You actually have the physical device and you're not able to use it.
That's
customer gouging.
Yeah. Let's see. There was somebody, GPMEX 7. I knew I saw a new member. Thank you.
Welcome.
Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah.
That's funny, Jody. There are a lot of customer averse, customer hostile companies out there today.
Well, it's the marketing people.
Yeah.
I mean, the engineers, they probably don't even know anything about this scam. But the marketing people, I say scam, it's not a scam. I don't know. But I agree with T.O. There's a lot of, whatever.
It's like flying on Spirit Airlines. I mean, you're getting something cheap and they remind you of it every single chance they get.
Yeah.
I fly on Southwest, and Southwest loves their customers. They actually do a really good job at taking care of their customers. I mean, I haven't flown on them in like 2 years now, so I don't know if it's changed. But the last time I flew, they were fantastic.
I don't know that it would be a money grab thing. I don't have a problem with it. The way they're implementing it for the $199 fee, I'll probably pay for it if I keep my Flex. I'm still on the bubble. I may sell the whole thing. Not because of this, just because I'm ready to move on. I like my old FT1000 more than my Flex at this point in my life.
I don't begrudge them having, a desire for money. There's no problem with that. But,
Right.
You provide value in exchange for value. You don't provide threat and extortion. Unless you're the government, in exchange for something that people don't want but have to have. Anyway, I'm tangenting. Jim's tuning out.
No, you do.
I know Jim
tangent
doesn't
well.
like to talk about politics.
No, I don't. No,
I would not buy what the post office was selling if there was another choice.
Amen. I think Flex's marketing people stepped on their own thing right there. Honestly, first of all, the language on the $299 option is crap. You want me to pay extra to get beta software, which is stupid in my opinion. And then the second thing is, then you say that you're interested in my opinions on the beta software if I'm paying extra money to you. Pay for your own damn programmers and your own
Right.
QA people. The $199 thing I'm fine with. And, honestly, one of the reasons I'm thinking about selling my Flex stack is I don't use half the features it has. I have multiple slices. I don't use multiple slices. I played with it once or twice and went,
You and me and Johnny have talked about this. More power doesn't necessarily make you a better ham radio operator. It probably makes you a worse ham radio operator, to be fair. You're happy at 200 watts. I'm happy at 100 watts. I have operated at 500 and 800 and haven't felt any better.
I don't mind using power, but I see your point.
Well, you were telling me that you were happy at 200. You were like, this is fine. I mean, I'm making all the contacts I need to make. Why do I need more power? Which
Well,
is
I
why
mean,
you
like,
haven't turned your flex on.
yeah, I mean, I did POTA hunting a lot yesterday afternoon. I made 35 contacts.
Yep.
One of them was a 15 fur, so it's not as awesome as it sounds. But thank God they didn't want me to actually listen to them say all those call signs. I just copied the page out of POTA app and put them in that way. But, 200 watt, 25-year-old radio, I was jamming,
And that's why ham radios keep their value, is because a 25-year-old radio still works. I would like a 25-year new radio. I would love to have a 2025 radio in 2025.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the FTX1, in case that hasn't come across in previous videos.
Exactly. And exactly right, Matt. If you don't have a great antenna, putting more beans into it is not really going to help because you have nobody to talk to.
Right.
And yesterday, and I don't remember his call sign, and if you're listening, I apologize. I'm old and I forget things. 20 watts. And I forgot what radio he said, and it's one of our viewers thought the shows were great, watched both of us. He was doing 20 watts.
Yep.
And he was coming in here just fine, on 20
Yeah,
watts.
so 20 watts is probably the FX4 series or the G90. Those are the two popular 20
I don't
watters.
remember what he told me, and I wish I did, but I should have
I like
made
amps.
notes.
I think they're interesting.
I think they are too.
As far as like needing one, I was at the Voice of America Radio Club in Westchester, Ohio. I was using their high-powered radio, their high-powered antenna, a very, very, very well-designed ham radio station inside of the club. Very good club station. And I'm talking to somebody else who's using an amplifier. So we're both using amps, we're both using good antennas. And I told John this story yesterday. And somebody just came in and called CQ over the frequency that we were on, didn't check to see if it was in use, clearly couldn't hear either side of the amplified, amazing high gain antenna stations that we were using at the time. And I went home and sold my amp.
Wow.
Because there's no point. I mean, why bother? I mean, if you're not, beating other people into submission, what are you spending the extra money for?
Yeah, I have two. I mean, I bought the Flex. I bought the Flex from Flex, and then I bought Garth was selling his. He was deflexing himself because he was going Elecraft and he wanted to unload his Flex gear. Yeah. So I bought the tuner and the amp from Garth for a good price, and I was all excited. And when I first got it, I fired it up all the time. But now I find that most I do with the Flex is play FT8 on it at 100 watts.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I run FT8 at 100 watts, so suck it if that offends you.
Yeah. FT8 is a weak signal mode, not a low power mode.
Right.
And I got to tell you, running FT8 on a Flex is, you spent a lot of money to do a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Way overkill. I bought a Maserati sports car, and I'm driving on the city streets.
Yep.
And paying attention to traffic rules.
Low and slow. You could have had a Cessna.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, I see Flex's point. I think they marketed it wrong. And I think the other thing that offends me is the exciting news, a smarter smart SDR. Okay, well, y'all need to get busy with the upgrades because I ain't seen a whole lot of upgrades in smart SDR in the 3 years I've been using it now. Yeah, and honestly, the Mac version that Marcus writes and sells separately from Flex, specifically for the Mac, way better than the Windows version. And that's not a Mac Windows thing. That's the software itself. It has way more features. It does way more things. I can select what damn audio input and output I want. It's got a built-in FT8 client. It's got a POTA spotting logging app. It's got logging. It interfaces with the Z. It interfaces with Logbook of the World. It interfaces with Ham QTH and a bunch of other services.
Yeah.
It's a way better product. And it's $150 lifetime, one fee done.
Yeah. So Ham Man, we're gonna need some more context on that question. I
with
don't know what
upgrades.
you're asking why about. And then Tim is saying if you're getting plus dB signal reports on FTA, turn your power down. That is true unless you're trying to get signal reports from other people who are not giving you plus dB. Like if I'm trying to work a long distance, like my example, and this actually did happen during a live stream. I was trying to work a Great Britain station and could not because I didn't have enough power to work him. And it's okay. I worked somebody else instead. But the waterfall should not, if you're hamming properly, the waterfall should not notice that you've turned your power up or down, because you should have the right amount of ALC so that you're
Right.
not splattering all over the band where you don't belong. That's an operator issue.
Yeah. And Tim, I know you're a Flex guy. Have you used the Windows version too? Are you all Mac?
Tim's not a Flex guy anymore. Take that back. That's a you just said
Well, he
that
just
you
said
talked about his
he
mother.
likes the Mac version of the Flex client.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to be a Flex guy to like that.
It's kind of
He has to
pointless
have
turn it on unless
touched a
he's...
flexed. But yeah.
Did he
Talk to Tim.
deflex? Tim, have you deflexed?
Talk to Tim. I don't know if he's deflexed, but I know that Tim's in the same camp that I am.
Okay.
I'm waiting for Tim's video. Hint, hint, Tim. Hint, hint,
Okay.
hint, hint.
Yeah, I was gonna try and hit him up this morning when he was doing his stream, but I did not have my act together yet quite that early. Yeah, I mean the Windows version is fine, but the features in the Mac version of the Flex software are way, way better. It's better software. And again, I'm not pimping Apple specifically versus Windows here.
You know what?
Because we know how much T.O. loves Windows.
I hate it. Sorry, did I say that out loud quickly?
That was your outside voice again.
Like reflexing?
But the Mac version is just way more features and way better software.
Marcus writes this software for ICOM.
Yep.
I think he's got a Yaesu version out now too.
SDR control is the ICOM version that will work with the 705, the 9700, the 7300 via USB, and some other ICOM I can't remember. Probably the 7760 as well by now.
Yeah, anything with the network server built in. So the 9700, the 7610, and the 705.
I forgot the 7610. That's the one.
Yeah, and you had one.
Yeah, had. Got a Flex. Probably getting rid of a Flex. Might go back and buy a 7610 again.
We are doing a giveaway.
Oh,
Jim remembers.
Calm down. Just calm down, GP. That's no. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me share this out and let's get the giveaway going because I'm getting low on nicotine and caffeine at this point. Giveaway tab, share. Okay.
Yes, the 705 EP.
Choose a winner. Pretend it twirls nicely. Ham till it hurts. Scott.
Awesome.
Scott hit me up in the disco. I know you're in there. We have talked many times.
And if not, we'll ham it again next Sunday.
Right. Yeah. So, I think that was everything. Let's see. We kicked Flex. We kicked Yaesu. We haven't really kicked ICOM.
Well, the funny thing about
Today.
the ICOM 705, here we go, is the ICOM 705 is a known RFI radio, not a maybe a producer, but it is definitely susceptible to RFI in a very bad way. And Yaesu wanted to one up them. So Yaesu generates its own RFI. If you put your finger on the touchscreen, you start to hear it on the speaker.
Oh wow! Oh
Yeah.
wow! I think we're going to wrap it up. I have one thing I want to mention and be looking for some updates this week. So don't roll out yet, people. Hold down. We have to do the invitational next weekend. On Sunday, we will have special guest K5ATA Steve Goodgame.
Awesome.
From the ARRL.
The RL.
I always want to put like 3 or 4 R's in there.
Yeah, I said the league.
the league. Steve will be here. Steve is
the other Steve.
Runs the Teachers Institute, and they do outreach with school systems and with schools to bring amateur radio into schools to young people to get them to be interested in ham and other STEM related things, because all you guys know, even if we're all STEM people. You're not in ham and not a STEM person. Science, technology, whatever it stands for.
Math.
Engineering and math.
And keep the arts out of STEM. The reason why STEM was created was because engineering techie nerds like us need help too.
Yeah.
Arts gets plenty of the National Endowment for the Arts. We don't
Yeah.
have the National Endowment for Technology that I know of.
It ain't STEAM. Don't say STEAM around me. It's STEM. STEM or die. And thank God my daughter's aiming herself toward a STEM career. So
Yeah,
yay.
when you put STEAM, when you put the A in it, then they take the money that's dedicated to like putting, relatively modern computers and technology gear into the school programs, and you make it the bus money for taking the band to the football game.
Which there's nothing wrong with being in the band.
But they have band boosters. They already have their own program. They don't need ours. Kind of triggers me.
Gray Man, you actually made a valid point there. They're not teaching ham radio. They're teaching science by using amateur radio.
Yes.
Timothy, that is a very cogent argument. Thank you for that.
Yes. Physics.
Tim is looking up the word cogent right now, though. All right, guys, thank you for being here. Appreciate everything. And we will see you next Sunday. Get your wallets ready. Get your checkbooks ready, because we're going to be doing all the Super Chats next week or going to Teachers Institute.
Yep,
so I expect the plate to go around a whole lot more than it's been going around. I'm just saying, okay? For the children. All right, I'm going to hit the button. Y'all have a great one. See you.